picked up our camper van in Miami. It's pretty cool. Feels pretty huge to us, but when we park in a campsite, we're by a mile the smallest thing around. People love camper vans here. You see them all over the show. Anytime you're on the highway, you can always spot a camper van, but it also means that all the facilities are really kitted out. We headed up, visited Maria. Had quite a nice chill day. It was pretty good, did a bit of washing. We left Maria pretty early, about 5 a.m. Went to Crystal River where we swam with manatees. It's quite a surreal thing. It's a gigantic, weird mix between a hippo, a platypus and a seal, I suppose. But just incredibly gentle. It was quite an experience. And then we carried on to Three Sister Springs, which was just a natural spring which feeds the whole area where the manatees were. But it was really beautiful water, and we went snorkeling around there. It was really an amazing place to see. Then we carried on around the peninsula. We stopped off in Tallahassee. It was a very simple little campsite, and that's when we realized that all the campsites are situated alongside a highway. And the reason is that all the RVs people drive around here are so huge that they actually can't get them through the cities, and so all the campsites are located on a highway. They literally take an off-ramp and straight into the campsite. On our way into New Orleans, we drove through Alabama, and we came over the bridge, and we saw a battleship actually in the river, and it turns out that was the USS Alabama, which is now a museum, and we got to go and check that out. And as we're driving in, suddenly realize there's an SR-71 Blackbird just literally in the parking lot. We then headed into New Orleans. Mel found us an Airbnb. It's quite a nice little place in the old district, about 10 minutes from the French Quarter. And it turns out that during the hurricane, the place we were staying in actually got entirely covered in water, which is quite incredible. There's a 2-story building fully covered by the water that came up, and so it had to be completely rebuilt. We spent quite a bit of time wandering around the French Quarter, the whole day in fact, and it was quite interesting, but it was only sort of when the sun started to set that things really kicked off around Bourbon Street. So on our way out of New Orleans, we went to a plantation on the banks of the Mississippi, which has these beautiful oak trees lined up, about 300 years old. Just really beautiful. And we got the full tour of the whole history of the place.